If you're one of those people thinking of starting your flight training and you're wondering, should you be paying upfront for your training or should you be paying instrumentally as you proceed through the training? Well, let's unpack this conversation a little bit because I've seen this over the course of years in the industry, and I wouldn't want you to fall into this trap or be a victim of some of these schools out there. And if you're new, welcome. If you're a return subscriber, thanks for watching this one. So let's get into it. This is an article from AOPA website. Abrupt flight school closure impacts students. Virginia business took cash upfront from students. When people are considering going into flight training, it's always that urge to know that your flight training is funded completely and you don't have to worry about it. And the only thing you want to worry about is completing your ratings and moving on to the airlines. And in as much as that is a good desire and it will help you remain focused, you have to be very careful, especially when you're going to schools that haven't been in existence for a long time. And this is why sometimes in the process of a lot of people trying to save money because of discounts and incentives that they offer if you paid upfront, a lot of people end up falling into the trap and then they lose their money in the process. I am of the opinion, and this is not a recommendation, but this is just my opinion. I believe that it is best to go to an established school, a school that has been in business for a long time, and you may have to pay a little bit more, but at least you know that they won't take your money away. This is a flight school in Manassas, Virginia. Closed its doors abruptly on August 1st, August 1, leaving an unknown number of students in the lurch, at least one of whom had paid an enormous deposit and received a small fraction of what she had paid for. This is not new. This happens quite often. And let's read the details here. And I want you to see what normally happens in the process. On August 6th, the school's owner, Kevin C., filed personally for Chapter 7 protection, citing business debt, which is between $10 to $50 million based on the box checked on the petition as the primary reason, and leaving dozens of creditors, including customers of his flight school, at the risk of never being repaid. Without boring you, let me just scroll down to Hong 42 told AOPA that she had given the school her life savings, $100,000 up front, okay, to train for a new career as an airline pilot. This was a dream, and now it's probably no longer coming true. A lot of times, some schools would experience maybe an aviation mishap, and that would lead to their bankruptcy. But some people just don't know what is going on in their personal life, especially when it's owned by one person. And I want you to pay attention to the details here. Manassas Regional Airport being closest to our residents, she did some research and found American Aviation's offerings competitive with other nearby air options. Hong said she found the right clicks, that's his name, very relatable, and it resonated with her that they were engaged in charities taking care of the homeless. They assured Hong that they would be with me every step and would work with her timeline. So on May 15, she signed up for a 250-hour airplane career package, a transaction documented in a text message, you know, and that is something that, you know, it's easy to trust people nowadays. They come very innocent and you know that they can help you achieve your dreams. And hey, I'm not going to blame her for that, but at the same time, you got to be very careful. You just never know who to trust these days. And by the way, you see, at a discount, and that's what I want to pay attention to. A lot of times when you sign up for some of these programs, they will try to offer you a discount so that you can pay a huge sum upfront. And it says all-inclusive VIP with, it says all-inclusive VIP. What does that even mean? With 30-hour job guarantee as a CFI upon completion, then $59,900 price. That was a price tag for that. And then a special price of $50,000 for AM wire on 5/16/24. So I guess for the morning wire. So if they wired $50,000 in the morning, she gets a discount from $59,900 to $50,000. which is almost $10,000 discount. Here it says Hong said she provided an additional $50,000 loan as a loan to the school in order to help financing an airplane. Okay, with a written promise from this person to repay her. You know, again, this is something that I am not here to blame her or pretend as if, you know, she did something that is outrageous. People have done worse, and people, because they're being innocent and they want to be helpful, and I'm sure they've struck a very nice rapport, she just went with it. And that is something that I want you to be very watchful of. It's very easy to start a flight school. Trust me, it's very easy to start a flight school. Get a loan. As long as you have a good credit score, you have some income or some assets to back up the loan, you can literally start a flight school. But to run a flight school and run it well is another problem. And if you are in a situation where you're looking for a discount, you're looking for something quick and fast and easy to achieve your goal, and you find this person that is trustworthy and they promise you heaven and earth, guess what? A lot of people fall victim. And you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't be in a position where you're agreeing to things through text messages. You shouldn't be in a position where you're agreeing to provide a loan to an establishment through a written message. I mean, it may sound like common sense, but trust me, people fall victims, and this happens every now and then. So here's my advice for you. If you're looking for a flight school, if you're trying to do your flight school and get a good deal, well, here's one thing you can do. Go to an established flight school and talk to an admissions officer and see what incentives they offer. But remember, if it's going to require you paying half or more than half of your training or tuition cost upfront for a flight school, then I'll be very careful. Even if the discount is very attractive, I'll be very careful about that, because if anything goes wrong with that flight school, you will be one of the people to be on the hook, because guess what? You cannot move forward with your training, and to get your money may take you years depending on the situation. So my advice is go to an established flight school. That's the first thing. Second thing is ask for any programs or discounts or incentives they offer. Of course, take advantage of it if there are some, but avoid paying all your money to the flight school. And this is why a lot of banks are often very skeptical about giving loans to institutions, or especially flight schools, because they know that the business today is up, tomorrow it could go upside down. And that's why they prefer to work with established schools. So do yourself a favor, protect your hard-earned money or the loans that you've been offered, so that you don't miss the opportunity of becoming a pilot. I don't want you to be a victim of any of these things, and hopefully you get to achieve your dreams as well. If you found value in this one, don't forget to drop a like on the video, and I'd love to see you in the next one.